Hey guys, welcome to Pentest Skill. So in this tutorial, we will be interacting with our Android phone by connecting it to our machine which we have just installed in the previous tutorial. So before connecting, make sure your USB debugging is enabled as discussed in the previous video. Now once the system is connected, when the USB is connected to your vulnerable machine, or the VM which you have installed, you can see it from here. So you have to make sure you have to go to the devices, and then you have to make sure this Android is connected to this particular virtual box. Once this is done, then you have to use this command adb devices to show if the devices are showing or not, or the list of devices which are attached to this particular this machine. ADB is basically Android debug bridge. So in case if you are using a plain Linux machine to connect with your mobile, then you have to install ADB. In case you are using Mobile Xer virtual machine, then ADB comes by default. So for accessing it, you have to just go here in the vulnerable machine, in this virtual machine. Just click here and then go to Android zone and go for Android CLI. Okay, so let me type adb devices to see if this devices is attached or not. So it says device is attached. This is the device. So now in case if you are not showing, in case if in your PC or the VM is not showing, then you have to go for sudo adb kill server. Okay, and then sudo adb restart server. And then if you want to connect over Wi-Fi, then first connect USB with debugging mode. Okay, and then you have to type adb tcp ip, then some pop-up will come, and then you have to type adb tcp ip 5555, and then you have to press enter. Then you have to connect adb connect and use the ip to connect it. And IP configuration, you can see it from here. You can use your mobile for go for setting and go for the Wi-Fi over which you have connected. Okay, and then just tap it here, not here, just here, you know and it will show you the IP detail here. So in case if you are not using Wi-Fi, then you can connect with USB directly. That's not an issue. Currently I am connected over USB. Now the command which I have to use is adb and then the IP 68.0.122. Before that I have to write connect space, and then you have to enter port as well. So it says already connected. That means I am connecting over Wi-Fi because it is connecting with the IP. In case if in your console it is showing like this, that means this is connected via USB, and again you can connect via USB. That's not an issue. You have to just write adb connect and the name of this or copy it and paste it here. In case if it is not working, then you can always run this command kill server then start server to further connect it. Now what are the next steps? So next step is for installing any apps, you can write install then app name, adb install app name. And if you want to have an interactive cell, then you can write adb cell. Okay, and then if you want to upload any file to your Android machine, then you can write adb push and the file name, and make sure the file should be available in the current directory from where you are pushing the file to your Android machine. And now if you want to download any file from Android, then you can always write adb pull and the name of the file which you want to pull. So this is how we will be interacting with our Android device. Now let's do some practical to find out how it can be done. Now if you want to have an interactive cell, so you can write adb, you can write cell. Okay, that means I have to disconnect from my USB because it is connected via two methods. One is using USB and another is using Wi-Fi. So I am just disconnecting via USB so that it will only remain connected via Wi-Fi. Now again write ADB devices. Now it has only one device connected, or the device is one, the medium is also only one. Earlier there were two mediums attached with it. Now if I can write ADB connect, then enter the IP 192.168. Okay, it is already connected, so I need not to write connect because it is showing list of devices attached. So I just have to write ADB and just write devices. Okay, then I have to write ADB and then I have to write cell. Okay, the connection is closed, so again no issue, just write ADB connect IP, then write port. See, we are able to get now in the cell. Now how to find where all these applications are? So for that you can refer this PPT and you can see all the apps which are installed by default in the system. They are in the located in the path system/app. Okay, and all the apps which are installed customizedly, or you have downloaded it and then install it, then it will be installed in data/app. So basically system app are those which are installed from the Play Store. Like if you can see here, there are various apps installed here. So you can see this is the app which is like, if you go for Gmail, Drive, and so these all are system related apps. So that you will find in system/app, and the app which are in the data app are the app which I have downloaded from Google or which are not provided from Play Store, then I have installed. So you can find like root checker. Root checker is, I think this is provided by customized, like Magisk Manager. If you can see here, this is a Magisk Manager, so that you will find in data/app, because it need root access to be installed first, and second, it is not provided by the Play Store. You have to download it and then you have to install. The same goes with SuperSU. SuperSU also, you can't install directly from Play Store. You have to download it from Google and then you have to install this APK. Fine. So this is how we will be communicating. So let's see how we can see all the files in the system app as well as in the data/app. So let's come to our virtual machine. Go for clear. Let's see if it is working fine. Now you can check your system app as ls minus al slash system/app, system/app. Okay, so ls minus al will list down everything whatever is in the current directory. Okay, now if you want to find system apps in the system, then you can write first clear to so that we can have a big screen. Ls, then you can write system/app. See, these all apps are installed by default using Play Store from the system. That means it has a normal access right. It does not have, root access right. As you can see, there is a calculator. There is, by default Google, Google's Gmail. So these are pre-installed apps which you can see in your system app. Now in the data app, we can see the apps which are installed by you, or which requires a root access. So you can write ls and then go for data/app. So it says open dir failed, permission denied. That means you need a root access to enter in this folder and show the apps. So for getting root access, you have to first root your phone. Now you have to enter su so that you can enter as a root admin. Now as you can see here, there is a root at the LAN shell has come up. That means we are now interacting with our Android device using root access. Now let's use this command again, ls slash data slash app. See all the apps which you have installed or which needs admin right have showing in this console or in this folder. So this, for accessing this one, you need to have root access, then only you will be able to see all the applications installed in this folder. So this is how we will be communicating or interacting with our Android device. In the next tutorial we will be seeing how we can pull or push any files from Android device and then further interact with our APKs, and then how we can start pen testing. So guys, thanks for watching. Let's meet in the next tutorial.